Okay, can you see the fruit way up in this tree? Look how healthy this tree is. Crazy healthy. Right now it's November 1st. I am in San Pablo, California. Northern California. That's right. The same Northern California where avocado trees won't grow. Wait, wait. If I'm in San Pablo, which is in Northern California, and avocados won't grow in Northern California, what's going on? Well, obviously, avocados can grow in Northern California because here I am. And a friend of mine told me about this tree in this backyard. It's a little bit, my light is fading here, so it's going to be hard to show you everything about it. But if you look closely, you will see avocados hanging on the tree. In fact, I'm going to zoom right here real hard. Now, as I said, it is November 1st. So what does that mean? That means last April we had a bloom, April and May. And the little avocados that you see up here are, which you can barely see, they're shinier, they're a brighter green than some other much larger ones, especially way up in the top of the tree. Like you can see a cluster way up there, way up there. The darker, bigger ones that are more dull, well, those were born on this tree in May of 2018, and right now it's November of 2019. And so, what does that say? Well, it says that these fruit need a whole year on the tree to mature, and basically April, May. They're going to take to the following May until they're good, and then they'll hang on the tree for an awful long time, and I'm not even sure how long, truthfully, but at least until November. So they're good for 6 months hanging on the tree, just waiting for you to eat them. There's some big ones way up there. Sight that one way up there. See that? That was born on the tree like 18 months ago, and it's still on the tree ready to be eaten. Now, if you try to eat the little, the bright green little ones, you'll find that they will not ripen. They'll turn into a rubber, and they'll be no good to eat. But back to the point of the video that avocados won't grow in Northern California. There's a good shot, maybe if the lighting is salvageable enough, of the younger fruit hanging on tree. The younger fruit are also shinier, so remember that. But yeah, so here I am. I just kind of, did my cold call, did my trick or treat, knock on the door, trick or treat. I'm a couple days late, and said, hey. I'm Scary Hairy Gary, and I'm here to talk about your avocado tree. How did you get to grow such a great avocado tree? A friend of mine said, hey, this is some really cool exotic type of avocado, and I wanted to come check it out and see if it was worth like budwooding it. But when I first pulled up to it, I was like, you know what? These leaves look a lot like Haas to me, and the fruit looks a lot like Haas to me. There's a lot of fruit way up in there, really deep. Can you see that? And I was like, this looks like Haas. So, but this tree is thriving, and I want to go find out, like, what are they doing here to this tree to make it grow so well, and to find out what they know about it. And the homeowners, understandably, they don't want to be on my TV show because, most people don't. Totally understandable. I wouldn't want to be on my TV show either. But they basically told me that this tree, like, this is the problem if you plant an avocado tree anywhere near the edge of your property. Here's my cute little samurai. When you see the samurai pull up in front of your house, get ready, comb your hair. You're going to be on TV, and as will your plants. But look, this tree here, my focus is locked or something. It's hanging over on the sidewalk. So apparently the homeowners are telling me that people are constantly raiding their tree on the side. It hangs over the neighbor's property, and it's cool to give it to your neighbor. But they get bummed out when people climb up in their tree and break limbs and stuff, and pick avocados themselves. Now, they also told me that they bought this tree as just a normal Haas avocado and planted it. And look here, like this ground is bone dry. So once these trees get established, assuming you have decent soil, they're really drought tolerant. They have a dry period in Mexico, and they're adapted to dry periods. They store a lot of moisture in the bark of these trees and the trunk. And so they basically told me that they occasionally, okay, here's a new avocado from this year. See this? See how shiny that is? Okay, let's compare that to the ones that are ripe that are 18 months old. This one here is only 6 months old. He's not ready yet. He needs to get bigger and he needs to get duller. See how dull and dark green this is? That one's ready to go. I'm pretty sure these are also mature. This one I'm questioning. It's a little lighter green. It could be an extremely big one from this year. But this coloration here tells me that these are fully ripe, ready to go. They've been on the tree, ready to be eaten for quite a while. Now, how did they get the tree to thrive as well as it has? The tree is probably, I'd say 30 feet tall by 30 feet wide. It was planted 12 to 15 years ago. They're not entirely sure. And the homeowner knew that one of the important things that she read on the internet was to leave all the leaf material under the tree. That really helps with the mulching. There's a chemical process that when these leaves break down, they release a chemical that inhibits root rot on the tree. So that's a really good, important thing, and they're doing it right. But what's really interesting is the fact that they hardly ever water this thing. They water this thing like once a month. Not even.
A few times a year.
Few times a year, yeah. A few times a year they water it. And there you go. So the tree's almost totally naturalized on its own. I'll ask one more question. Do you ever fertilize it?
Never once.
Never once fertilized the tree. Wow. I did see some doggy poopy out here.
Chickens.
And the chickens poop out here too. So there you go. Permaculture. Where
In the early days, I think I used to put coffee grounds.
Oh, coffee grounds. Okay, you were really nice to it when it was younger.
Yes.
And right now, it's just completely on its own, pretty much. So there you go. Not only will avocado trees grow in the Bay Area, Haas is known for being a little more tender. And as you can see, this thing totally thrives here without any issue or without any care. So once they get established, they should be on their own as long as you don't live in a super, super parched, difficult, fast-draining hillside where there's like no moisture at all. We're down in the flats here, so there's probably going to be some moisture deeper down the soil, but it is a shallow-rooted tree. But the biggest point here is that, yes, avocados do grow in Northern California. And if you need one, you know who to call. Come on down in the nursery. Get some guacamole.